Welcome to chapter number 8, comparing quantities. Last portion is left of this chapter that we will complete today. Charge given on a borrowed money. Money you are borrowing from anyone, then some charge you have to pay for that money. That is called simple interest. Sohini said that they were going to buy a new scooter. Mohan asked her whether they had the money to buy it. Sohini said her father was going to take a loan from a bank. Now they want to buy a scooter, a new scooter they want to buy, but they don't have that much money. So what they will do? They will borrow some money from the bank. The money you borrow is known as sum borrowed or principal. Whatever money you are borrowing from anyone, it may be bank or any person, then that money is called what? Sum borrowed or principal. This money would be used by the borrower for some time before it is returned. Now anything you are borrowing, money you are borrowing, over here we are talking about the money. So money you are borrowing, then you have to again return it back to the person from whom you have borrowed. So for some time you will keep with you that money. After that you have to return it back. For keeping this money, for some time the borrower has to pay some extra money to the bank. Now suppose for 500 rupees you are taking from the bank and you want that 500 rupees you need for 2 months or 3 months. After that 3 months you have to pay back that money. So whenever you are paying back that money, you have to pay some extra charges for keeping that money for 3 months or 2 months. So suppose 25 rupees more you have to pay back. That means that after 3 months you have to pay back how many rupees? 525 rupees you have to pay back. So that 25 is what? It is interest. This is known as interest. You can find the amount you have to pay at the end of the year by adding the sum borrowed and the interest. This is amount is equal to principal plus interest. Here we will be talking about taking and borrowing the money for years. So if you are borrowing a money for 1 year, then at the end how much money you have to return back to the person or the bank, that can be calculated as amount is equal to principal plus interest. This formula you have to learn by heart. This will be useful in the examples for solving the problem. Interest is generally given in percent for a period of 1 year. It is written as say 10% per year or per annum, or in short as 10% PA. PA means per annum, means for 1 year how many percentage? 10%. What is this percentage? Percentage is rate of interest. That how much more money you have to give back to that bank or person. That is written in what? It is in the percentage form. So here 10% PA means on every rupees 100 borrowed, rupees 10 is the interest you have to pay for 1 year. 10% PA, what is the meaning of 10% PA? That suppose rupees 100 you are borrowing for 1 year, then how much money you have to pay back? 10 rupees more charge will be taken from you for taking that money or putting that money with you. So that more 10 rupees are called what? Interest, and 10% PA means that interest rate. Now here example is that Anita takes a loan of rupees 5,000 at 15% per year as rate of interest. Find the interest she has to pay at the end of 1 year. Now here the example is given that Anita takes a loan of rupees 5,000. How much money she is taking? 5,000 she is taking loan from, it is taken from the bank. How many per year? 15%. Rate of interest is 15%. What you have to find out? You have to find out the interest. Now the solution. The sum borrowed. How much money she has borrowed? 5,000. So that is for sum borrowed is equal to rupees 5,000, or it is called principal also. So principal is equal to rupees 5,000. After that another thing is given 15% per year. What is that? That is rate of interest. Whenever percentage sign is there, that means that what is that? That amount is rate of interest. So rate of interest is equal to 15% per year. This means if rupees 100 is borrowed, she has to pay rupees 50 as interest for 1 year. Now suppose she is taking 100 rupees, then how much rupees she has to pay as the interest? Rupees 50. So now here how much? Here there are 5000 rupees. So for 5000 how much interest she has to pay? That we have to find out. So if she has borrowed rupees 5000, then the interest she has to pay for 1 year, it will be equal to how much? Rupees 15 divided by 100. 15% multiplied by 5000 we have to do, but 15% means percentage sign we have to remove. For removing that, what we have to do? We have to divide it by 100. So 15 divided by 100 multiplied by 5000. After simplifying, you will get rupees 750 as your answer. So what is 750? 750 is the interest that you have to pay back to the bank. So at the end of the year, she has to give an amount of, now total how much she has to give her to the bank? 5000 she has borrowed. That 5000 she has to pay back. And plus interest also she has to pay. That means rupees 750 extra she has to pay back. So that 5000 we have to add to rupees 750. So 5000 plus rupees 750 will be equal to 5750. So total how much amount she has to pay back to the bank after 1 year? Rupees 5750. Now this is how simply when you are not knowing any formula, then you can find out the things in this way. But from this we over here we will find out the general relation between these things. So we can write a general relation to find interest for 1 year. Take P as principal. Now suppose here nothing is given, then we will take P. A symbol for principal is P. P as principal or sum and R percent as rate percent per annum. Now on every rupees 100 borrowed, the interest paid is rupees R. Here we are talking about a general formula you want to get. So for that, for rupees 100 we will take. So for rupees 100, the interest is R percent. Therefore, on rupees P borrowed, the interest paid for 1 year would be R multiplied by P divided by 100. So whenever you want to find out a simple interest, for that formula is what? R multiplied by P upon 100 or P multiplied by R upon 100. P is what? Principal. Principal means what? Whatever sum borrowed, that is called principal. This principal is not the principal of your school. It is what? It is the sum which you are taking or borrowing from anyone. Multiplied by R. R is what? Rate of interest divided by 100. So this formula you have to learn by heart for finding out the simple interest. Now next is interest for multiple years. Now we have studied about the simple interest formula for only 1 year. We were borrowing the money only for 1 year. Now what about interest for multiple years or more than 1 year? Then how? What will be the difference in the formula? That we will see. If the amount is borrowed for more than 1 year, the interest is calculated for the period the money is kept for. For example, if Anita returns the money at the end of 2 years and the rate of interest is same, then she would have to pay twice the interest, that is rupees 750. Now for Anita we have calculated simple interest for how many? 1 year, that was rupees 750. Now suppose she needs that money for 2 years. For 2 years, that means that 750 for 1 year she has to pay. Again for the next year she has to pay 750. Means 750 and 750 she has to pay twice. Rupees 750 for first year and rupees 750 for the second year. This way of calculating interest where principal is not changed is known as simple interest. Whenever the principal is not changed, that means whatever amount you are borrowing that is not changed, then that is called simple interest. As the number of years increase, the interest also increases. If the number of years are increasing, that means that you have to pay that interest will also increase. For rupees 100 borrowed for 3 years at 18%. Here the example is that rupees 100 someone is borrowing for how many? 3 years. And what is rate of interest? 18%. The interest to be paid at the end of 3 years is 18 plus 18 plus 18. That means that what is the principal over here? Rupees 100. After that, what is given? 3 years. That means time is given how many? 3 years. Not 1 year, it is 3 years. And rate of interest means R% is given how many? 18%. So, what will be the interest he has to pay after 3 years? So, for 1 year, 18 rupees. Why? Because principal is 100. So, directly, that whatever percentage will be, that much only rupees he has to pay back. So 18 rupees for 1 year. For next year again 18 rupees, and for next third year again 18 rupees. So 3 times 18 we have to add. It will be equal to 3 multiplied by 18. It will be equal to rupees 54. We can find the general form for simple interest for more than 1 year. We know that on principal of rupees P. Now principal is rupees P at R%, that is rate of interest per year. Thus interest paid for 1 year is R multiplied by P upon 100. That we have to seen earlier, that for if 1 year is there, then what is the formula? Simple interest is equal to R multiplied by P upon 100. Therefore interest I paid for T years would be, now here time, that years is not 1 but more than 1 or multiple years are there. Then what will be the formula for finding simple interest? It will be equal to T multiply R multiply P upon 100. That will be P multiply R multiply T upon 100 or PRT upon 100. And amount you have to pay at the end of T years is A is equal to P plus I. At the end you want to find out that how much amount you have to pay. After that, suppose 3 years, then how much amount you have to pay? That you have to add whatever principal, that principal plus interest. So this formula, that A is equal to P plus I, that is important. This formula, that simple interest is equal to PRT upon 100, that is also important. So 3 or 4 formula we have done over here. Example 21. If Manohar pays an interest of rupees 750 for 2 years on a sum of rupees 4,500, find the rate of interest. What is given, that we will see first. Rupees 750, what is that? It is not principal, but it is what? Interest. Interest is equal to rupees 750 for 2 years. Now time is given how much? 2 years. On a sum of rupees 4,500. Sum means over here what is? It is principal. Principal is equal to 4,500. What we have to find out? We have to find out rate of interest, that is R%, that we have to find out. So we have learned what? That simple interest is equal to, formula we have learned about the simple interest, that is simple interest is equal to P multiply T multiply R upon 100. Now what is given, that we will put in this formula. I is given 750. So write out instead of I 750. After that is equal to set. Now P is given here, sum of rupees 4,500, that is our P. So 4,500. After that multiply by T. What is time? How many years? 2 years. So multiply by 2, multiply by R. R we don't know, that we have to find out. Find the rate of interest. So R we will write down as it is, divided by 100. After that 0 we will cancel out. So what is remaining? 750 is equal to 45 multiplied by 2 multiplied by R. What we have to find out? R we have to find out. 750 write as it is. After that this 45 will come this side as a denominator. So 45 and 2 will also come as a denominator this side. So 45 multiplied by 2 will come this side, is equal to R. R as it is. Now what we need? We need R. So this we have to simplify. Therefore rate is equal to 8 1/3%. Other way or solution you can find out in this way, that for 2 years interest paid is rupees 750. So here you can see that rupees 750 for 2 years. So write down years first. That for 2 years interest paid is rupees 750. Then for 1 year how much interest? Therefore for 1 year interest paid will be 750 divided by 2. It will be equal to rupees 375. After that We know that the formula for simple interest for 1 year. So 1 year's interest we have got rupees 375. Put it in the formula. So on rupees 400, 500 interest paid is rupees 375 that we have find out. Therefore on rupees 100 rate of interest paid will be equal to 375 multiplied by 100 divided by 4,500. It will be equal to 81/3%. Out of any these two methods you can use anyone whichever you like. But usually this is used for making it very simple. Simply you have to put the things given in this formula and directly you will get the answer after simplifying it. Now we will see the example of exercise 8.3. Now exercise 8.3, Meena gives an interest of rupees 45 for 1 year at 9% PA means per annum. What is the sum she has borrowed? We have to find out the sum borrowed, that means we have to find out the P. Now what is given, that we will write down first. Meena gives an interest of rupees 45. So interest I is equal to rupees 45. After that at 9% per annum. That means for 1 year it is, so T will be equal to 1 year. Now 9% means rate of interest R percent is equal to 9%. What is the sum? That means P you have to find out. So here three things are given and one thing you have to find out. So what is the relation between these two? That we know that simple interest PI, or you can write down directly I. It will be equal to what? Here T is 1 year. So if T is 1 year, then two formulas we know that I is equal to P R upon 100. This is for 1 year. And I is equal to P R T upon 100 when T is some years more than 1 year or multiple years. So here T is 1 year, so this formula we will use. So simple interest SI or I is equal to P multiplied by R upon 100. I is given rupees 45. P is not given, so P as it is we will write down. Rate of interest 900 as it is. After that what we have to find out? We have to find out. So here 45, this 100 we will put over here. So 45 multiplied by 100. This 9 will come over here as a denominator, divided by 9. It will be equal to, only P is left over here, so it will be equal to P. So here 9 5s are. So what is 5 multiplied by 100? 500. So here 500 is equal to P. That means that P is equal to rupees 500. So finalized answer we have got that what will be the sum she has borrowed, that is rupees 500. That's all about this chapter.